Hey guys, and welcome to FanCast. We're very grateful to be recording from the historic St Kilda Sports Club, the oldest locker room in the Southern Hemisphere. Join us on the bench where we talk all things footy. We're fans, and this is FanCast. G'day FanCasters, and welcome to another episode here on the pod where we have a proper footy chat. It's your boy Joe here. We are on the eve of the finals. We have got a nice distilled little panel here on the bench. We'll start with the happy one on the other side who actually has a team in the finals.
Yes!
Oh, yes. Tell us how you really feel.
Yes!
Steveo.
Oh, I'm up and about. Yes. I'm going to a finals game this week. I can't fucking believe it. Yeah, no, I'm up and about. So I have to get to the G at 3 o'clock because I'm an MCC member. So I'm going to have to wait a little while for the gates to open to get myself a seat because I couldn't get tickets. Screw Ticket Tech. But yeah, I'm very excited.
He's very excited. We also got Dade here, of course. How we doing, mate?
Yeah, pretty good.
Very good. Oh, wait, we're pretty chill.
Super chill.
We are super chill. We don't have any finals to worry about.
Nah, it's
I'll bring the energy for this.
It's pretty easy going this time of year.
We're not forking out lots of money. We're not flying interstate. We don't have to pay Virgin Australia gazillion dollars in order to get to Brisbane, for example. Suck shit, Carlton.
I'm not paying anything to go.
You don't even have to pay anything because you get to stay here.
No, I'm in MCC. I get to waltz in.
And then if Geelong lose next week, you also stay here.
Yes, please. I mean, we got to win this week first, but oh my God, that'd be awesome.
Well, even if you lose, you're still staying here. So regardless.
Yeah, no, don't worry. I'm not going anywhere. You might see me on the Glenferrie Road curb at 3 a.m. if we win the flag. So yeah.
This guy's talking about 1 week at a time. And he's now talking about the flag winning the flag.
Yeah, you got to keep everyone guessing.
You're keeping us guessing now because we're trying to talk about next week and they're telling us not to talk about next week. Meanwhile, you're talking 3 weeks down the track after that. So, mate, the Hawks are all over the shop. But that's all right. That's what the finals atmosphere is all about. Had the week off. Teams are now sort of, also had AFLW come in, had their first week. Congratulations to the ladies. But really, everything is gearing up for finals at this point in time. And we've got some really incredible games coming up, don't we?
Yeah, can't wait. It's like the Hawthorn Doggies game
on the Friday night.
Friday night.
Unreal.
That's going to be the best game of the round.
That'll be sick.
Surely.
Yeah, I mean,
Doggies will win though.
Doggies will win though, yeah.
I think it's forecasted to rain though. So that's my only thing is that it might rain. So
what does that mean?
Don't
tell me it means the game will be wet. That I understand.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the repercussions of the game. What does it mean?
It helps us. Dogs are very tall. We're very small. So piss down on Friday night, I hope.
So you guys are really small with a few lighter framed bodies. How does that stack up against the Bonts, the Trelaws, the Liberatores?
Yes, all you named there were mids. Our midfield's been one of the best in the competition for about a 15, 16 round period. So I think we've got a game plan. Day out really hurts, so that's really
going to say, yeah,
that's going to sting us.
Without Day.
Yeah, it might sting us on the bottom there, but I don't know. I'm mildly confident, but it wouldn't surprise me if the Dogs just are too good, too powerful. But
the big forwards they've got as well.
Yeah, so that's why I want it to rain. Yeah, make it a total mess. But yeah, that's out of hope. Then yeah, but apparently it could rain.
Yeah, it could. I mean, if the Dogs beat us in an elimination final not too long ago in Tassie because the rain came. If the rain this time around was to work against the Dogs, I will not complain. I don't know. I'm one of those few people that isn't the biggest fan of the Bulldogs. I know a lot of people love the Doggies, have them up there as like their second team, but like for me, I'm just not a big Doggies fan. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's Bevo. Or if it's Cody Waitman. I think it's more so Cody Waitman. Yeah. But I'm not a big fan of the Dogs. I don't know.
I mean, I rate the Dogs a little bit, but they're definitely not a second team for me. I like them because they're on the same sort of scale as St Kilda. A bit more success more recently, but they're still a tiny club compared to Essendon or Hawthorn, stuff like that. But yeah, I'll get behind a tiny club. Same as if North was in the finals. I'd probably still follow them.
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, especially North have had so many down years that you sort of want to support the underdog. It's that feeling of the underdog trying to get them up and about.
It's like watching Rocky.
Exactly. Or Sheasel or Wardlaw. You know what I mean? Like hoping that, speaking of Sheasel, congratulations to him. I think he won the best young player award. So congratulations to Sheasel. Speaking of young players as well, Dempsey from the Cats
Rising Star.
won the Rising Star.
Yep.
I thought it was pretty funny when he thought. when he thought,
shout out to the tribunal.
The tribunal, yeah. Getting rid of Harley Reid. Getting rid of Sam Darcy for me. Thank you very much. Because he wouldn't have won it otherwise.
Yeah.
No,
it's a bit stiff for Harley, and Sam Darcy would not be nominated because of, a bit of a footy act. So, yeah. I mean, Harley Reid was 1 week.
I think it was more than that.
3 weeks.
It was 3. He freaking.
I thought Darcy was 3. Were they both 3?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought Harley was 1, and I'm like,
no, Harley destroyed the guy.
Yeah, it was Darcy Wilson. For
St Kilda.
Yeah,
slungshot him.
He did get 3. Yep.
He slung him.
Yeah,
just slung him and then slammed him. And I will never forget. I'll not forget the footage of that tackle. There was, you see it on the other side of the fence. There was a bunch of West Coast Eagles staff members, and one of the women was just like, she was full like shocked and all.
That's the Rising Star guy.
That's the Rising Star. God, that's suspension. It's fine. But he won the best first year player award. So the first of many awards to come for Harley Reid.
He's going to get him.
Like it's no big deal if he doesn't win the Rising Star. That's all right. Same thing with Bontempelli. I think this is now his 3rd MVP award.
He's getting the brown.
I saw something where it was in a row.
In a row as well.
Oh, I don't know. I might have gotten that wrong.
You might be right.
Yeah, I thought I saw something where it was 3rd year in a row, but I don't think it is. But I don't know. I thought I saw it somewhere.
He's had an incredible stretch. Like the Bont is the Bont. Like he's one of the best players. I think he is the best Bulldog player of all time.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't old enough to,
yet, though,
and he hasn't got a Brownlow to show for it.
This year he'll get it though.
If he doesn't get it this year,
I don't think he'll get it this year.
He never will get it.
No, I hope he does. He deserves it.
I know you hope he does, but he never will. No. If Bontempelli doesn't get it this year, for the year that he's had, he will never win the Brownlow because Nick Dacos exists.
Yeah. And then you got Reid and Sheasel coming through.
You got Reid and Sheasel coming through, and no one's taking points of them.
But Bont's got this year and probably another 2 or 3 years after that to get one, I reckon.
Well, how old is he now? Was it 2014?
He's 29 next year.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? Like, if he doesn't get it this year, Treloar's there taking points off him is the thing. He's still got Libba. I don't know how many years Libba still has to come, but Treloar's taking points off him in that midfield is the problem. Meanwhile, in Collingwood, Nick Dacos is their only good real player who's young at this point.
Yep.
He's just going to continue racking up the votes all the time. Cripps, I think, is by far and away still the best player at Carlton. He's racking up most of the points. Who else? Sheasel.
Chocky
for Lockie. Yeah, Chocky Neal. Obviously, there's Dunkley, but what he does isn't very flashy.
Yeah.
Compared to what a Lockie Neal does.
But he isn't one to take massive points away from Lockie Neal.
No.
Because he's just sort of I don't want to call him a role player, but he's a star role player, if that makes any sense,
correct.
where he's a star, but just does the team thing of tagging the best opposition player and just doing the grit and grind stuff where it's hard to see him under the pack compared to Lockie Neal, where he's making the plays happen. So he doesn't get a lot of points taken away from Dunkley. So once again, I mean, I don't know what the outrage will be if he wins it, but yeah.
And he's in the scoreboard more as well.
He's one of the best mids I've seen, Lockie Neal.
He's just
he'll go down super underrated because he doesn't play for a Victorian club.
Well, he's already got 2 Brownlows, so I'm not sure how underrated.
No, not by the AFL, but from, I don't know, 5 years back.
The crowd.
Yeah, from the Victorian media football world. That's what I mean. Not by the AFL. I mean, the AFL totally respect him. But yeah, I'm just interested to see how underrated he's going to be 5 years down the line after he retires or something.
A bit like that Nat Fife sort of vibe. Like
everyone's forgotten about how good Fife was. I mean, Josh Kennedy, bloody hell, he was probably the 2nd or 3rd best key forward I've ever seen. And no one talks about him.
Travis Boak had his milestone. I think Travis Boak played his 300.
Yeah.
And there was not a peep.
No.
From Victoria media as well.
Yeah.
So very much in the bubble here, the Vic media. And part of the reason why people like to leave. So speaking of the Vic bubble, you know, there are a bunch of players outside of the Vic bubble in that All-Australian team, which just, in my eyes, don't seem to give two shits about making it to the All-Australian side. Like, what is this rocking up? Like, what is this rocking up without a tie,
no
for example?
ties,
All these swans are, like, why?
Buttons undone.
Buttons undone. You know, Bont's rocking up with the nice freaking Guinness socks. Don't mind that. You can do that. I don't mind what you wear on your socks. But surely you rock up to the All-Australian ceremony with your freaking suit and tie.
It's a formal event.
It's a formal event.
That
There's
means
got to be
tie.
a dress code, mate.
What I heard was that the AFL told them to dress, what's the style, a cocktail style, if that makes sense?
That means tie though as well though, doesn't it?
No, I don't know, but they said it was a cocktail styled event for them to dress in. So I don't know whether they thought, oh, well, isn't suit and tie sort of formal and, you know, it's a different message. But yeah, I don't know. Like Goulden was looking real rough.
Mate,
that's for sure.
This was not the first All-Australian selection ever. They've had every single year beforehand to look and say, suit and tie. That's what you do. These guys rock up, oh, sorry, I misunderstood the assignment. I came in there with no tie.
Yeah, I wonder if they're going to regret it in a few years. Like look back on the photo in 20 years and see all the other blokes with a tie on.
Yeah.
Like I've got long ass hair. And for my wedding, I cut all my hair off. Just so 20 years or so, I'll look back at the wedding photos and I have a clean cut haircut, that sort of thing. But it's like, I don't know. Some people are different, I guess.
Like honestly, Zach Merritt would have rocked up in a tie. Why is Zach Merritt not in the All-Australian tie? He would have rocked up in a suit and tie. Don't you worry about that. He would have shown how much it means to him. He would have done what's right and represented this country. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
No? Yeah?
Yeah,
You don't think Rowan Marshall would have rocked up in a tie?
He would have rocked up in a tie and shown his flashy smile and it would have been the greatest photo ever.
Nah, that would belong to Jack Steele. Jack Steele is Mr. McDreamy.
Yeah, I'll take that. No.
Not Rowan Marshall.
He's a very hot man.
He is.
Jack Steele.
100%. I think that's the reason why Anna Barry's for St Kilda. But no, honestly, no. To be fair, I reckon 3/4 of the females of the St Kilda Football Club are barracking because of Jack Steele.
Yeah.
But like seriously, like it just feels to me that, you know, it's an honour to be in an All-Australian team. Many people get snubbed. Some people somehow get in. Like I feel like this All-Australian team was selected halfway through the season. Then it was all good.
I thought they nailed it in 2023. I didn't have many complaints at all with the 2023 All-Australian side, but this year I don't know. Like Harris Andrews.
Yeah.
How does he not get in?
No idea.
Yeah. He was unreal. Brisbane lost so many key backs throughout the year due to injury or that sort of thing. Like Darcy Gardner's barely played. Jack Payne's missed most of the year. Darragh Joyce got injured. It's just been him.
In and out.
And it was just mainly him when Brisbane were on a roll and he was just doing everything for them down back. Key defensive wise. I mean, that Gold Coast game, I saw Eric Hipwood down back.
Yeah.
Like you tell and they still kept winning, getting the job done. How does he not get in? That was the main shock for me. And I think you could have put 3 key defenders in.
Ahead of Luke Ryan.
Ahead of Luke Ryan, for goodness sake.
Have you ever seen much of Freo this year?
I haven't watched any Fremantle except for round 24.
Where they shat the bed.
Yeah, they shat the bed.
Big time. Luke Ryan is the biggest seagull. Like, he's a big man, Luke Ryan. He can clearly defend. If push comes to shove, he's got strength. But he doesn't like to use it. He likes to sit out the back, to receive the nice switch kick, so very uncontested. That is not what you want in an All-Australian side. I'm sorry.
To be fair, I thought he was good as like a third choice, like accountable defender. It was just more the fact when Alex Pearce went down, he got truly exposed.
Yep.
When he had to play full-on accountability.
Yep.
I mean, John Long, I keep getting John Longmire and Justin Longmuir confused.
It's the second one.
Justin Longmuir.
Yes.
He literally said to him at the start of the year, can you stop
Stat padding.
Stop stat padding. We need to win games.
Yeah.
They started to win games and then they shat their season away.
Yep.
Due to Luke Ryan getting some big super coach points. So,
yeah. No, I don't even know how. I mean, you're talking about, Harris Andrews this year. The fact that Harris Andrews didn't get it last year, I thought was a co-captain of a side
in the grand
that
final.
made it to the grand final and lost by under a kick. This guy couldn't make your All-Australian side. I don't know what sort of defenders you've got
I think
going
Harris
on back
Andrews for the past 2 years has been equal the biggest snub of each one. Like Harris Andrews and Zach Merritt this year, Harris Andrews last year. So, he needs the respect he deserves. He is I was a big critique on him pretty early on in his career, but he's turned into an absolute champion.
I'd say you have a player as well who was a bit stiff. Massimo D'Ambrosio. He was on the wing. Instead, we'll put Nick Dacos on the wing.
I think
because we see Nick Dacos on the wing all the time, don't we?
Well, first off,
You've got to fit 8 midfielders into the All-Australian squad. Though, right?
First off, if they're going to put a midfielder there, it should have been Zach Merritt because there's been periods during the season where he's actually played on the wing. But second of all, I thought Max Holmes had a better year than Massimo. I feel like people are forgetting he wasn't really truly shining by about round 8 or 9 compared to a guy like Max Holmes who was outstanding for the whole season. So I get he's sort of the new kid on the block. There's a bit of excitement. I love Massimo, but I think, I don't know, I would have put Merritt ahead of him, would have put Holmes ahead of him in that spot. Unbelievable season for a winger, easily a top 5 winger this season. But I don't know, I just felt like there was a couple of guys I didn't really get too lost into he should have made it. He's a good player. Calm down though. Like Max Holmes and Zach Merritt should have gotten ahead of him before.
Yeah, I was a bit surprised because Zach Merritt was in discussions for All-Australian captain. And I just feel like in the end, he was a victim of
the second half of the season.
Is it because they faded away in the second half of the year?
100%.
And so did he a little bit. He was, I'm not saying he was bad. He was still very good, but he sort of, there were a couple of games where he faded away a bit.
Well, you just put a tag on him.
Yeah.
You just put a tag on him. He's by far and away our best player.
Yeah.
And we lost a lot of games at the end of the season. So I think ultimately he was a victim of a team that just capitulated once again, as is normal from Essendon.
What about Tristan Cherry?
Yeah, he was stiff.
He should have gotten on the bench.
He was very stiff. Because
I don't disagree on Gawn making it, but felt like there should have been 2 rucks this year.
I think as the season went on, I think I started to warm up to Tristan Cherry more, especially because Gawn was injured. Now, unfortunate that Gawn got injured, but everyone gets injured at some point during the season, and sometimes you need a bit of luck. And I thought Tristan Cherry's season was exceptional, and he was a lot more consistent. I honestly think Tristan Cherry probably should have got the nod ahead of Gawn if you were going to select one. And if there was a year for you to select 2, this could be the decent year to do it because Gawn's capable of playing a secondary position. He can push forward or he can go behind the ball, take an intercept mark. I thought Tristan Cherry definitely deserved.
It would be cool if they did the All-Australian team versus the Snubs.
The Snubs would win.
Yeah. They should play that.
Probably not.
They should sell that.
They'd have more to fight for.
They would have more to fight for. They'd have a chip on their shoulder.
I genuinely reckon the Snubs team would beat the All-Australian team.
Because you'd have what? Because then you'd have Sherry, Merritt, and maybe even Rowan.
Rowan Marshall, Callum Wilkie.
The problem is, would it be the Snubs
Harris
of
Andrews.
the squad?
Yeah.
Would it be the Snubs of the squad or just a whole new? Because
the squad, because there's 22 that make it, 22 that miss it.
Yeah, see, Rowan Marshall wasn't even in the 44.
Neither was Callum Wilkie.
So we can't have either of those 2 players then.
No, they miss out.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No.
Darcy Cameron will have to rotate.
Do they even
really.
Do they even pick enough players for 2 players for every position? Or is it just
I think
20 midfielders or...
Well, the thing is, we would actually have wingers though.
Yeah, true.
In our Snubs team.
Would be
have
Massimo and Holmes.
Holmes. So we'd actually have 2 gun wingers as opposed to Goulden and Dacos.
And Merritt can rotate there if need be, even though he's probably the best mid in the Snubs.
Yeah, I reckon he would be captain of the Snubs.
Probably, yeah.
Captain Snub. Zach Merritt.
New nickname for next year.
New nickname, Captain Snub. If that nickname somehow catches on in the general public, we know we've contributed something to football this year.
Yeah.
And he's captain of the snubs, which is Essendon as well anyway. So that sort of makes sense. We like to snub ourselves, but we're changing things up. Dodoro's finally out the door. Good riddance. And as soon as he's gone,
Damn it.
things are starting to happen at the club. We're now being like, nah, stuff you, Jake Stringer, 1 year only. We're playing hardball with Jake
That's what
Stringer.
you did last year.
No.
It's different. It's different this year.
What did we do last year? Mate, we're not offering him another contract. We're only you got your contract extension from your trigger,
Yeah.
and that's it. We're not offering you any more.
Yeah.
And his management has reached out to everyone else saying, wait,
Didn't Sydney show some interest as well?
they are. Because the package, Stringer's management is sending out the feelers saying, hey, guys, offer us 2 years and we might genuinely consider it.
You need
Because
he
we're
got
not going to
no
give it
2
to him.
years.
Yeah. It's like, hey guys, you need someone that's good for about 3 kicks a game, but when it matters,
Maybe you can pull out the Easter Sunday barrel.
Round 19 versus West Coast, I'm there.
Yeah.
I'm ready to kick 7.
Yeah, I know. We could kick a match winner against St Kilda
Yeah,
from
did that.
60 metres out on the boundary, drop punt, if you don't mind.
was it 60?
Look, hyperbole is up my alley, all right? Maybe it was 55.
I still remember
He was
that
pretty
barrel
good
against
kicking
the
that.
Giants. Or the 2023. He kicked a big barrel against the Giants, didn't he?
Yeah, the Easter Sunday barrel.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Pull out the Easter Sunday barrel. Hutto, great call from Hutto. I like that one.
Yeah.
So I like that we're doing that. We're sending people out the door. Kelly's retired, which is great. Thanks for your service. Thank you more for leaving. But yeah, like we're doing so much at the club. A lot is changing under Matt Rosa. So I'm really happy about this. We're not seeing only a flat from Essendon. We're seeing it from a bunch of other clubs. Maybe away from their control, like with Melbourne, for example. I don't think Melbourne wanted the attention that they got from a couple of their star players.
They did it on themselves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the culture.
Well, Gary Pert by saying this club has the best culture I've seen in 40 years.
Really?
You're basically just putting yourself under pressure
It was
straight away.
Just at that club though, not considering the whole league.
Yes.
Oh, no. Like, yeah, just at the club. But
Yeah.
just at the club. But I think it could have also been league-wide. I don't know.
Oh no, Geelong seems to have a pretty good culture down there.
Yeah.
Who's Geelong? What's a Geelong? I don't know. It's just the team that never refuses to die.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's ridiculous. I don't know what Gary Pert was talking about. I
Yeah.
love how they're talking about Petrarca and how great everything is between us. And then they ask him, have you spoken to Petrarca?
Nah.
Nah, not yet.
We're just getting in his mind. We're just sort of thinking what he would be feeling right now.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And
He's
then
still-
Petrarca's just gone, I want to leave. Can I please leave?
Yeah.
All right, Collingwood, Carlton, let's go. Give me some offers.
We got nothing to give, sorry.
I love this club.
I love this club.
I'll
Yeah.
stay.
Adam Chera and Mark Pitternet plus a couple of picks. Nah. Collingwood, Finn McRae and we traded
Oleg Markov.
we traded our first rounder as well, so we'll just have to give you a second for him. Nah. Oh, I love the D's. Oh,
The
what a club.
Ds,
Yeah,
yes.
I want to stay.
My heart beats
Yeah.
true for the red and the blue.
Yeah, all of a sudden.
All of a sudden, honestly, it's I feel bad for Petrarca, honestly. His team really let him down big time. The guy almost died on the football field and they let him go out there to continue playing in the second quarter.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Like the guy almost died on the operation table. Like the doctor said he might not make it and this club let him go out on the field to continue playing the second quarter.
I think I said this on the podcast at
at the time.
the time. How are Melbourne doctors meant to know that he was about to die?
I feel like you could do some
can't-
checks.
You can't check.
Does it hurt here?
You
Does
can't
this
check
hurt?
a lacerate spleen or whatever it's called. You can't check that. You can check
You
broken
can't shut
ribs.
like you can't hear a lung flapping around inside with a stethoscope.
I don't think it sprung to
Yeah.
mind.
Like I don't know. I just feel like I'm not a doctor, clearly by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you just use the stethoscope to put it down, and you're hearing that, can you do that again, please? Yeah, I feel like that's not the sound that that should be coming out of your chest.
No, probably not.
Or
Yeah,
a wheezing sort of sound.
Yeah.
That's not
Like-
supposed to happen.
Like when you have a balloon and just squeeze it tightly at the end, and it's just like,
Yeah, exactly. That's not what's supposed to happen. So I don't know. I can understand why Petrarca wants to go. You can't really see Melbourne challenging in the next.
Do you reckon Carlton
Few
and
years.
Collingwood will prepare over the next 12 months to try again at Petrarca with a better offer?
well, how much are they going to have to give away? Because isn't he still got like 5 years?
He's got
left on
5 years on his
contract?
deal.
Well, I heard in the next 12 months they might look at, I think the AFL might change where you can trade picks 3 years into the future.
Just
So
in time
maybe
for
that
Tassie.
might-
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Because that could open up like Collingwood going, all right, we'll trade this year's pick, next year's pick, and the year after pick for Petrarca.
Yeah,
But
but are they in a position to do that?
But
though?
also, isn't he
They
going to
really shouldn't.
be 30 next year as well? though?
Yeah, and we don't know how he's going to be like when he's back.
Exactly.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Yeah.
So it's like it's pretty risky to
Can
trade
he?
your club's future
Yeah,
away.
is he going to be the same player?
That's the question.
I'm sure he'll still be a star, but to the level of what you'd be willing to give up for a 29, 30-year-old player, I don't know if it's even worth it. Like 5 years on big money, he'll be making big money at 33, 34.
Mm.
It's a big risk.
But you get some nice cooking though.
Good,
Yeah,
good,
feed the
good branding.
boys.
Yeah, you got the boys, you got the pasta, you got the Nonna's recipes coming
I
across.
want a Carlton were after him.
Yeah, Carlton should go after him.
Him
pretty hard.
on Lygon Street. Oh my god.
It would be perfect. It would be perfect.
Yeah.
Because I feel like Carlton's more in a position now to be charging for a flag as opposed to Collingwood. Because Collingwood, outside of Nick Dacos, don't really have anything that's willing to really challenge for a flag. Whereas Carlton have got the spine, they've got,
Yeah.
they've got it all.
They couldn't get it done though. Like, no way you're giving up Harry Mackay for
No, I don't
Petrarca.
think they would do that.
no. That'd be madness for Carlton. Like a key forward's so much more important in the prime of his career over the next 4 or 5 years than a midfielder that, you've already got Cripps, you got Walsh, who's a good finals player, you got, a few of these blokes. Sounds like they'll get Darren Burgess in from
Yeah,
Adelaide.
that's a big win.
Hopefully he'll help Adam Chera's hamstrings. He's done 5 in 12 months. That's not supposed to happen.
They've got quite a few injury-prone players, Carlton. They've got Orazio, Fantasia.
Andrew Russell made them injury prone, I
I
reckon.
know. Yeah, they got a bunch of injury-prone players. They've got people who are very corky-prone as well, like
Yeah,
Wiedering, for example. Hopefully, he can do some magic on those thunder thighs and get them going well. But they got a bunch of players. I mean, Walsh as well. Like, I don't think Walsh is 100%. I feel like Carlton have rushed Sammy Walsh back in because of his back is not 100%. His output isn't the same as previous years. I think.
But is an injured Sam Walsh better than like the next best
Jack
player?
Carroll.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no.
Maybe not. No. But for the longevity of Sam Walsh's career,
True.
like this is meant to be a
He's
prime.
a kid still as well.
I know.
What
Like,
do you-
he's not old.
What do you guys think about Sam Walsh? Sorry, not Sam Walsh. Sam Doherty
Yeah.
being announced to come back to play.
Unreal.
Now, I don't have an issue with it,
Yep.
but I think it's a very deferring opinion. Some people say, "Oh, why have you rushed him back?" But what I'll say is, if he's ready to go, if he's ready to go, he's ready to go. You look at Dan McStay, who spent a similar sort of timeline with an ACL, and he came back fine. He was pretty solid. You're in the finals. You need your best players.
He's got to be game ready. Like, is he going to be prepared to play the game?
They wouldn't play him if he wasn't ready.
Has he been playing VFL?
He's been playing. I think the past 2 or 3 weeks he's been playing match sim at training
See, McStay actually came through the VFL though, didn't he?
for 1 week
Okay. But he did his ACL last year.
in December.
Yeah. This one did
December
his-
to July, similar to March to September time frame wise.
Interesting. Look, if he's ready to go, I don't think Carlton would willy-nilly make a wrong, silly decision. I think.
Yeah, I don't think they wouldn't risk someone like Doherty if they weren't confident that he was ready.
Correct.
But if he's ready, I don't see any problems.
Yeah, I don't see any problems with that, especially if it means that. Especially if it
your
means
backs
that they
are
lose.
against the wall as it is.
Yeah.
If he's good, if one of your club heroes is good to go, that should help the morale. I mean, they don't need extra motivation, I feel, because it's a bloody final.
Yeah.
There should be enough motivation as it is, but maybe a little extra spark.
Yeah, because I can imagine that they're not going to feel super, optimistic about their chances of winning it all. Obviously, they've got a tough gig because they're going to have to travel. Even if they win in Brisbane, they still have to travel to Sydney afterwards to play a Sydney-based team after that. So it's going to be a tough route for them. They're going to have a lot of changes to their side, like Curnow, Mackay.
It's just all the troops have been holding forward.
All the troops come back. But whilst they're all improvements on players that are on there already, the problem is there is an unbalance to the team when you have so many changes in one given week. It can disrupt the balance of the team.
It's a unique position because unless you're resting players for the last game of the round, we don't see this very often with all these massive changes a week before. Heading into a finals.
Yeah.
Your first finals game. But I think you're better off doing that than keeping the same team you lost to St Kilda because you're getting pumped if you bring out the same team. If your stars are good to go, it's finals footy. May as well give it a go.
Yeah, it's a new team. It's a new team when
basically is, yeah.
When you've got both Charlie, Harry, maybe DeConning in the ruck.
If they're firing, they're a bloody good side.
They are a bloody good side.
Yeah.
That's why I want to see them lose because
100%.
we don't like seeing Carlton win.
Nope.
And you guys beating them last week was glorious, or the week before.
Oh, thank you. Oh, you meant him.
When was the last time you guys beat Hawthorn? Carlton?
The week before, wasn't it?
It was back to back.
The 2 weeks before.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks before. You guys pummeled them. That was great.
Anytime Carlton loses is a good time.
I was at the game very hungover, but I still had a hell of a time.
Of course you did.
The beers were going down like a shard glass, but that's all right.
Jeez, guys, drink responsibly, please. But yeah, so I mean, you're going to have a lot more to drink about next year because all these great news coming about Hawthorn. I mean, you got Battle, Barras. Honestly, we're talking about Carlton having a whole new team with all the ins. Freaking Hawthorn going to have a whole new team next year with all their ins. And then people are talking, oh, no, don't worry, Frosty. You'll have a spot in the side. Yeah, right. If I was Frost, I'd be looking ASAP right now for a new job. It'd be bloody
stiff for Frost not to get a game. He's had a career best year.
Yeah, I know. And then you've added Barras and Battle.
It's what you got to do. I mean, we'll find out. There's a good chance we find out this week why we're getting Battle and Barras with Norton, Ugle-Hagan and Darcy in that forward line. But yeah, I think Frost could still get a game, but it's like what I'm thinking is because with Lewis out for most of next year as well, they want to play Sicily as a forward. So it might be Frost, Battle, Barras with Scrimshaw playing more that half back instead of that third tall. And you've got Impey and Hardwick in there. You got Sicily forward. I don't know. That could be the dynamic, I could see.
Well, Battle was also drafted as a forward. He played his whole junior career as a forward.
Well, he was a bit of a swingman early days. Then he settled down back.
Found his spot down back.
Yeah, he's a very good player.
Because then you guys added Jake Carlisle to be your swingman.
Yeah.
How was that?
No, I'm not talking about that.
You don't like Jake Carlisle no more?
It did his job. But that was a pretty grim time to be a Saints supporter.
Well, it was a grim time to be an Essendon supporter too. I mean, on the way out,
different reasons.
He literally said, "This club is effed."
Yeah.
He literally tweeted that, I think, or Facebook or whatever social media thing was around back of it. He's like, "This club is effed."
Yeah.
And then he walked out the door.
St Kilda should go after Jai Sarong from us. He's a similar sort of player to what Battle is, but 6 years younger. You could develop him into
right. Well, we've got
as a replacement because I don't think you've got it.
We've got Ari Schoenmaker.
Is he a Battle type?
He's I think he's a bit taller than Battle, and he's got an amazing left foot, 60 meters.
He's a ripper. He's got a ripper boot.
So I think it's just he's not quite up to AFL standard just yet. Great in Sandy, playing for Sandy, but makes some silly decisions in the AFL. But you can coach that out of him, surely.
Yeah,
surely under roster boss.
You don't get second chances.
No.
A few years down the line, you would hope he would have he has matured a bit more.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, because there was some.
Wasn't there something in his first preseason where he just wasn't training hard enough, so they sent him to the VFL training?
That was this year.
Yeah.
And so, they sent him back there and he, just had to work. I think it was pretty much just working with Sandy, not with St Kilda. But I think he was doing a bigger training load as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he
sounds like he just needs a mentor.
He seems to have grown up a lot since he's been at St Kilda.
Yeah.
I feel like if there was any club in the league where Petrarca should go, it's St Kilda.
No.
Honestly, I just feel like St Kilda.
No, because we could have had him originally.
St Kilda have a Petrarca-shaped hole in that team. That
Petrarca
I feel like
wouldn't want to go there because
we're not big enough.
He would be like, I get stuffed. You picked this bloke ahead of me. I'm not going to you.
Nah, I mean, but
don't come crawling back.
Hindsight is 2020. Many people miss out on who they think they were supposed to draft. You don't hit 100% of the draft selections that you have. But if you can facilitate a trade somehow to get Petrarca to your team,
I think
he would be the perfect fit in that midfield. You need another gun mid that can push forward, hit the scoreboard, have that run. You've got already some contested ball winners in and under. You just don't have that burst away. That's why there was that talk about you guys looking at Dylan Shield, for example.
Yeah.
Petrarca's so much better than Shield.
100%.
If you could get Petrarca, it would be the perfect. Again, then Rowan Marshall would also have more outs to advantage. Rowan Marshall would end up improving his brand, getting All-Australian selections. Honestly, I just feel like if there was a club out there that really was a perfect fit for a Petrarca, it's St Kilda. Tell me otherwise.
I just don't want to think about it because we could have had him his whole career.
Who did you end up picking instead?
Paddy McCartan.
Look, Paddy McCartan ended up showing how great he was as a footballer at the
true.
Swans.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's just unfortunate.
I still remember the lead up to the draft. The whole time, the projected pick, number one, was Petrarca. But then for the last week, it changed to McCartan. So just wonder whether that changed on whether St Kilda saw him more as a long-term fit or something.
Well, I think because it was Rui, Rewalt was retiring. So
they wanted a replacement.
We didn't have anyone in the forward line.
Yeah.
And so it was pretty much, let's go for sort of what we perceive to be a generational.
Best fit instead of best talent.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what I think happened. I don't know.
Well, you don't find great gun key forwards growing on trees.
No.
They're not everywhere. They're
it's
not
the hardest position to pick.
Exactly.
Probably.
It's not like a midfielder. Like midfielders a dime a dozen. You can develop a midfielder. You can draft a midfielder later on. You
Take
can
someone off half back, put them in the midfield.
Exactly. You can do a bunch of things with midfielders, but with genuine gun key forwards, they're a lot harder to select. And if you really rated McCartan as a generational type forward, you just had to go for the forward, I think. Especially to replace what you were losing in Rui.
And Kaczynski had retired.
Exactly.
A few years before.
And there was no G-Train.
No. It was long gone.
It was long gone. So all these great gun forwards that you had weren't there. Yeah. And we had a sort of similar problem as well. Like we lost Lloyd, we lost Lucas. We didn't have a lot of these gun forwards anymore until we finally got the father, son, and Joey Danaher. Gumbleton didn't work out for us. He was always injured and things like that. So, that's the hardest selection. It's the hardest position to fill. And you guys backed yourselves in. Unfortunately, it just didn't work out. But in terms of talent, Sydney showed that he was good enough to even play as an intercept defender.
Well, everyone could see he had talent. It was just like injuries. That was shocking. Concussions.
Yeah.
It's like,
And it ended up ending his career.
Yeah, 100%.
And you can't predict that.
No.
It's just impossible to predict that sort of thing. No one could predict, I don't think, how serious of an issue concussions were going to be for the AFL and all the lawsuits that were going to come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like things that are coming back from 40 years ago, all of a sudden now, rearing its ugly head.
Yeah.
And the AFL is now in complete damage control. And now we have the game that we have today, where a perfectly legal tackle or a perfectly legal bump that has always been the case for the longest of times is now a suspendable offence because of the repercussions of what happened afterwards.
Yeah. And it all depends on what the outcome was, not what the action.
Correct.
Yeah.
I don't think owies or owies, however you pronounce it. I like saying owies.
Owies.
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know. I wouldn't thought owies would have copped a suspension in the past based on that tackle.
Well, especially because he got the free kick.
And he got the free kick. So even the AFL, even the umpires at that point in time, like, oh, yeah, great tackle.
It was just that because Higgins didn't even go off concussed because otherwise he wouldn't have kicked the goal that won.
Exactly.
But for 100 years, that's been a holding the ball tackle.
Yep.
It's just for that slight fraction where Higgins' head hits the ground.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
So look, there's obviously still a bit of a, I think us as a general public, we're starting to understand a bit more.
Oh, yeah.
But we still can't accept it.
No, I think we're accepting it because we have to.
Do you see Twitter after every suspension?
I mean, Twitter's supposed to be a bastion of free speech, right, Elon? No censorship there. So,
Yeah.
I don't know, but you're allowed to voice your opinion, but I think we all can see where it's going. It's been heading in this direction for a while now, and we're sort of now starting to pick up on, okay, yeah, he's probably going to get suspended for that. Like, we can all tell that people are going to get suspended.
Yeah.
If you touch the head, you're gone.
Yeah, you touch the head, you're gone. Even if you don't touch the head, you're gone, apparently. Look at Dan Houston. He didn't touch the head. His head touched the ground afterwards.
Yeah.
But that was still enough. So, yeah, it's really interesting to see. Dan Houston's, he's obviously missed all of his final series as well as his grand final. His boys are right off the bat on the Friday night against the Cats.
Thursday
night, sorry. Not Friday night. You guys are Friday night. Yeah, Thursday night game. First one off the rank. Port hosting the Cats.
I don't know about you. I find this the most boring matchup.
Why, you reckon Port's just going to smash him?
I just reckon that two sides that have been there every year where it's just like, You get what I mean? That's why it was smart to schedule them on the Thursday night.
It's also both teams that have usually go out in straight sets as well, isn't it?
Yeah, they're straight set contenders. It's everyone's a bit like, are they really going to win the flag, those two?
They both can't lose.
No.
True.
I wish.
One's going to get to a prelim. Look, I secretly really want Port to go all the way here because
I don't mind Port, yes.
I mean, Ken Hinckley was under so much heat during this year.
Yeah.
It's almost been like the last couple of years as well, hasn't it?
He literally has been booed off
I just love Ken Hinckley to just go the middle double barrel to everyone and retire.
Yeah.
Like Choco Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Chokers thing.
Yeah, that was unreal. But Hinckley literally was booed off the field.
And he could win a flag in the Soviet.
He was booed off the field by his own supporters and they could win the flag.
That's so funny.
Is he not the biggest martyr in the coach's box or something?
I'll tell you what, how up and about would Kane Corns be if Port won the flag with Ken Hinckley as coach?
Oh,
he'd be like, I told you from the get-go.
Speaking of Kane Corns, mate, what do you think about this move to Channel 7?
I like it.
Didn't know it happened.
Really?
No.
Yeah, mate, he didn't clearly watch the Sunday Footy Show. He copped a lot of shit for that.
Well, because the broadcast deal kicks in next year. So, I think 2025, the new broadcast deal kicks in. So we'll see a few changes, blah, blah. So I think it's a pretty nice move. I think it was a smart move from Seven because they're probably at risk knowing that if people have Foxtel, they're going to watch the Foxtel broadcast coverage over Channel 7, the way it's going. So they thought, you know what, let's grab a real attention-seeking sort of mind into our commentary game, which might change people's channels to us again because they might want to hear what Corns has to say. It's a bit of a different one for him, calling games.
Will he actually be calling games?
Was he special comments?
Well, special
comments, yeah.
Sorry, not calling games, special comments. I'd be very interested to see his commentary. Someone with a long-term contract player makes a mistake. And this is why this club shouldn't have paid him $980,000 on a 7-year deal. Just not that sort of move you'd make for a player on that sort of money.
Are we going to get a different vibe? He's going to get so much money. He's going to be one of those super high paid players himself.
My worry is Channel 7 are going to make him super boring.
That's what I'm saying. We're still going to get the same version of him.
We will literally hold your tongue while you commentate the game.
Have a mute button.
Yes. Yeah, the producers literally have the right to go mute. Can't put that out on air. Mute. So, that'll be interesting.
Because you can clearly see, I think Channel 7 definitely has an input Because you look at BT.
BT and Brayshaw, they're so boring.
You listen to them on Triple M.
They're so good.
And it's entirely different. There's clearly some bureaucracy shit type thing happening at Channel 7 where they censor your speech.
Yeah, how boring's the commentary on 7 these days?
So poor. So poor.
Yeah. I miss the passionate commentators. Like you think of Eddie Maguire. Whatever you think of him, what a passionate caller he was.
I wouldn't have thought he'd be the first one,
Bruce,
to come to mind. I'd been thinking Bruce, absolutely, or Dennis.
Yeah, I know that's the obvious ones, but I thought even like Eddie Maguire, where there's just any second of excitement, he's right there with you. He's riding that wave with you when commentating the game on pure excitement. Because we sit down like I don't know, Carlton Melbourne last year. That whole last quarter was so exciting. And then what's the commentary? First blood Melbourne from James Brayshaw.
Yeah.
When Akers kicks the winning goal, it's Akers has done it. What?
it's pretty clever.
That's so,
Mate, that's some
so
next top tier shit right there,
that
mate.
is one of the all-time great moments in their club history, and that's the commentary. We think of all these great moments, Leo Barry, Star.
That was unbelievable.
Yeah, just that commentary wouldn't be said if that was in today's game.
Heck, even Huddo, like 13.
Yeah.
13. Like it's just the number. But
Yeah.
the way he says it was so good.
Yeah, yeah.
That
Top
was really
tier.
good. Or the Miracle on Grass.
Oh, yeah.
Is that his best call? The
Yep.
Miracle on Grass?
Yep.
I reckon it might be.
Yeah, I reckon.
That's up there.
Yeah.
But he's on Fox though.
Yeah. Wonder if he will move back to free to wear.
I think the best that free to wear currently have is Matt Hill.
No, he's Fox.
Yeah, he's-
Oh, he's Fox too?
He used to be on
Shit.
7 and they kept Alistair Nicholson over Matt Hill.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Look, nothing wrong with Alistair Nickel.
No.
He's all right.
Yeah.
But he's not
What do you think of
Matt
it?
Hill.
no opinion.
Yeah. Yeah, to be fair, he's bland as...
Right.
He's bland as paint.
Yeah. I reckon I'll tell you he's a super underrated caller. Not caller.
Kelly Underwood.
Not caller. Special commentator. Dale Thomas.
Like
He's
Dale.
really good.
Daisy's good.
He's easily one of their best already.
I reckon your mate,
Joey.
Hodgie?
Lee Montag.
Hodgie for you, Joey for you. Absolutely. We got Job Watson, mate. Please, Job. Stay away from the microphone. I don't know how much they're paying you.
Well, they downgraded him to Saturday night, didn't they?
Mate, I'll pay you more to stay away from that microphone. Ambidextrous on both feet is what Job Watson gave us. Just let your dad do the media, mate. Your dad's been in the media for a lot long. Leave it to Timmy. But yes, I like Joey.
Yeah.
Joey's
He's
good.
great.
He's like David King Jr. That's how I see it.
Yeah.
Like anything
but he
David
likes
King-
St Kilda.
No, they just seem to be on a similar sort of wavelength.
Oh, they're both on First Crack, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. And there's his mentor right there.
Yeah, David King's literally the mentor of Lee Montagna. Yeah.
But yeah, Hodgie is good. And I like Hodgie in that he also doesn't back down in terms of what he has to say.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
he's happy to get confrontational.
He's like, BT, shut up. This is what I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then he went toe to toe with
Richo?
Richo, went toe to toe with Gary Lyon, maybe I think it was about Essendon as well. And what he had to say.
I reckon Channel 7 used him wrongly though. Luke Hodge.
What does Channel 7 do correctly?
I reckon you put him up on level 4 of the MCG on a seat by himself, and he is surveying the whole field. And he goes, all right, this defender needs to go over there and just sort of call the play on how he used to do it back in his day.
Yeah.
I don't know. It'd be a unique,
like the on-field coach,
like an on-field coach explaining it to the audience. It'd be a very unique commentary role, but I reckon he could nail that. If anyone could do it,
so.
that's Hodgie. Put him up on level 4 of the MCG.
All by himself because no one sets that high.
Yeah, all by himself. He just sees where the players are standing, what sort of patterns teams are doing, because he can nail that down pretty easily. You hear him.
Hawkeye Hodge.
Who?
Hawkeye Hodge.
Hawkeye Hodge.
Trademark
What
that.
a name.
Trademark
What a
that.
name for it.
Anyone out there that dares use Hawkeye Hodge, better call me.
Peyton Penny.
Call my manager.
Can we use it?
You got to credit me for it though.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I'll credit you. Don't worry.
Excellent. Very good. We'll write something up. We'll put something up and we'll put something in writing later. But yeah, no, Hawkeye Hodge I think that would be really good. That's a good suggestion by you, by the way.
Thank you.
I
It's
think
what
we
I've
just need
always
more of
thought.
that.
It's what I've always thought.
Because they do it for so many other sports.
They
as
do.
well.
You're right.
And they have the guys drawing on the screens. with all
Yeah.
the-
Yeah, it'd be very different, but
Be
I
very
reckon it
different.
could work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he could then, I don't know, like if he wants to draw, like if Channel 7 want to give him his own segment, for example, like at halftime,
Yeah.
where he can then go into detail and have the drawing
Yeah, he walks
himself.
down to the Channel 7 box and explains what's going on. Like, he's going, I don't know, Adelaide are using his own here. Why is that? And it's to limit Joe Danaher, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I reckon that'd be a very unique, nice way to use Luke Hodge instead of just doing the same old thing with every other commentator.
Yeah.
Because he's a really good talent. It's just, I feel like they're not using him correctly.
Fair enough. There you go. See, constructive criticism, feedback, trying to help out a fellow producer of content because we want to improve the caliber of the game, the quality of the product, so all of us can enjoy watching the game together. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you had a wonderful little refreshment break. We're going to end this because we're on finals now. We're on the eve of the finals. There are 8 teams left, which means that we are getting very close to having a final winner
Yes.
and 7 losers. And so I think this was a great idea from you, Steve. I really like
Thank
it.
you very much.
A great way to end this episode here before we talk about the tips in a separate video, just the tips. We're going to rank in order from the one that we want to win the most to the one that we really don't want to win out of the 8.
Yep. All right. So number 1 is, of course, Hawthorn. Big shock, I know. Be a bit controversial if I put them 2, right?
Yeah. Or
so-
8 or 4.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it would be weird. 2, I'm going to say Brisbane.
Okay.
If Hawthorn don't win it, Brisbane are number 1 for me, where they've been so close for so long.
They have.
I really like Brisbane, and it would be great to see Chris Fagan.
I was about to say, do it for Fags.
Yeah, get a flag. Grant Birchall's the runner. Like good little Hawthorn connections at Brisbane. So yeah, I'd love to see Brisbane do that.
Bris Vegas.
Bris Vegas, yes. 3rd, Giants.
Yo.
Yeah, Giants, just because they're new and fun. And
We love the Giants.
how I did this is I looked at each AFL grand final matchup potentially, and I said, all right, who would I want to win that matchup? And then I sort of do it that way. If
Fair
that
enough.
makes sense.
Fair enough.
4th was Port, similar to your reasoning. I'd love to see Kenny Hinkley just give the double barrel, get stuffed
Yep.
to everyone
Yep.
and just retire.
Yep.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing Port win it. 5th, I'm going to go the Dogs. No, sorry, not the Dogs, Carlton.
Oh.
I actually don't mind Carlton, like in general. And I just don't mind seeing a new team that I haven't seen win in a while win it. So 5th Carlton, 6th the Dogs. I don't mind them. I used to hate them a lot more back in the day, but yeah, I don't mind them. Just because I love the Bont probably. 7 is Sydney. I just think they've gotten a bit too chirpy for my liking.
Yep.
During the year, Rowbottom saying, if we get the basics right, we're unbeatable.
Yeah.
And now they've lost, 5 of their last 8 games, it feels like.
Lost by 112 points.
Yeah. Yeah, and it'll just be funny just to see another Sydney collapse. And sorry to all the Swan supporters out there. But don't worry, you're not bottom. 8th is pretty obvious, Geelong.
You're a hawk. Enough said.
Yeah, I'm a hawk. Very rich from people on Geelong on Twitter being annoyed that Hawthorn have quickly gotten back up the ladder. You've missed finals twice in about 20 years.
Yeah.
You can't be salty about Hawthorn having a mini rebuild when you're in this position every year.
Yeah.
So settle down, Catters. So Yeah, I'll be pretty disappointed if Geelong. I think they'll tie us in flags as well. So another reason.
Fair enough. All very valid. Dan, you want to go?
Yeah, right. It's pretty close to the order it is now.
Really?
I want Sydney to win it.
Really?
Fair enough.
I really like Sydney, and always have. Like their midfields, I absolutely love.
I've got a
all the
love-hate
midfields
relationship with them. At the minute, it's hate, but yeah.
I hated them when Lockett went there when I was a little kid.
That's what I was going to say.
That was pretty devastating. But no, I really like Sydney. Probably Brisbane second, same as you.
Yeah.
It's like I really have nothing against them.
Yep.
I don't know any Port Adelaide supporters, so third maybe.
Yeah,
You'll get no complaints. No in Victoria for winning it.
Doggies next.
Yep.
GWS because they got a great song.
Yeah.
They got the best song in my opinion.
Who's left? Hawthorn next, and then what? Seventh. I'm up to.
You got Geelong and Carlton.
Yeah, it'll be Geelong then Carlton because Carlton can get stuffed.
100%. No, I got Carlton 8th as well. Stuff Carlton.
Really?
100%. Stuff Carlton.
Yeah.
Freo, you had one job to do. I'll never forgive Freo for this.
Yeah.
Ever. I'll never forgive Freo. Like that win.
We set him up for a Cinderella story.
Mate, that win deserved Carlton missing.
Yeah.
That goal alone from Higgins deserved Carlton missing.
So lame that it meant for nothing now.
But also,
I know, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But also, when Carlton beat Fremantle earlier on in the year, wasn't there that double goal paid?
Yeah. I was
that
behind,
result literally ended up
mate,
costing.
I was behind the goals for that Adelaide Oval game.
Yeah, that literally cost.
Yeah, I was behind the goals.
The Fremantle final spot.
Yeah.
And one of them was clearly touched.
Yeah.
On the footage, you can clearly see a deviation as well. Oh, mate, Fremantle. I don't feel sorry for you. You deserve it after the way you bungled up that last game. So Carlton 8th for sure. I don't want to see Geelong win it. I'm sick of seeing Geelong win all the time.
You've had your time.
You've had your time.
Just go on a little 5-year rebuild and we can rekindle that
No,
relationship.
5 years is too short. More, longer. That's it.
Oh,
Put
okay.
them on a St Kilda style drought.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Well, they deserve it.
Or
at this point.
Essendon finals drought. That, I don't care. I've seen enough of Geelong. Sorry, Paulie, but I'm just sick of the Cats now. All right?
Yep.
The Cats can go to sleep like the elderly people that you are. It's too far past your bedtime. So I'm going to say Geelong at 7. 6, I don't want to see Sydney win. Stuff the Swans. Very chirpy during the season. All these comparisons to the 2000 Essendon team at the start of the year. So premature, and we saw that they could not be further away from that. I think they definitely were very fortunate early on in the season.
Yeah.
But there's definitely a lot of chinks in their armor.
Yeah.
The fact that they lost to the Tigers, even when they were up and about and winning, just goes to show that they're not unbeatable.
Can I say one thing as
Go
well?
for it.
If Sydney get battered in the grand final and make it another boring grand final, can we just ban them from grand finals?
Yeah, we don't like them in grand finals, do we?
Yeah, no, they're just
Boring
It
spectacles.
doesn't seem to be a good game, does it?
It was over at quarter time.
Yeah, I know.
Quarter time.
Yep.
So yes, and I also don't like the fact that they kept talking off about and trying to make Peter Wright like he's some sort of thug. Like Peter Wright is not a thug by any stretch. I still won't forget the disservice that was done to him, having him missing that many weeks for going for a marking contest.
Yeah.
Stuff you Swans. They can be in 6th. 5th, I'll probably have the Dogs. I just don't like Cody Waitman. I just have a personal thing against Cody Waitman.
Yeah.
It's the fact that he kicked 5 goals on us in that elimination final from free kicks. All from free kicks.
Were they all free kicks?
They were all free kicks.
I don't remember that.
In a game where we were dominating up until halftime, then the rain came and he just got 5 free kicks in Launceston. You know what I mean? So it's still cut deep, especially when we have a drought that long with finals.
Yeah.
So stuff you doggies. We then get to, I'm going to say Brisbane.
You haven't said the Hawks yet.
No.
I can't believe that.
I haven't said the Hawks yet. Brisbane, I think I'm going to have them in 5th spot. 4th spot.
Yeah.
Maybe. So Brisbane there. I don't mind Brisbane. Judas Danaher plays for him. So stuff
that'd be the one.
Stuff you, Judas. You're not a Danaher. You're a Judas, mate. And then above that, I'm clearly a very salty supporter, aren't I?
Sounding like it. Yeah.
Mate, I wear my heart on my sleeve and my hate is there. I'll also then have Port. No, I'll have the Giants. I'll have the Giants. Like the Giants. I'll have Port. And then I'll have the Hawks on top. So I want the Hawks to win it all. My dad's a Hawk. So I know how much he loves his Hawks to bits.
I can't believe you said that. I
Yeah.
did not expect that.
Yeah, no, my dad's a Hawk. He
You
loves
guys going to kiss?
Nah, stuff him. But like, no, it'll mean the world to him. He's been keeping track of the season every week.
So your best case scenario in finals is seeing Sam Mitchell lift up a premiership cup.
I'm not thinking about Sam Mitchell. Don't remind me of that. The more you talk about it, I'm more than likely going to put him down now.
No.
Shuffle
Great
a bit more.
decision.
Shuffle a little bit more, yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just for him, just for Dad, Papa Joe. See his Hawks have a win. I'll have Port, I think, in seconds. I like Ken Hinkley's season, just to shove it up the haters. And I've got the Giants third because who doesn't like the Giants?
Yeah,
they're too good.
Yeah. Adam Kingsley, what a coach.
100%.
If he'll have a statue already if he brings GWS a premiership, surely.
Yeah, because they've had some pretty decent coaches. I mean, Sheeds, followed by
Leon Cameron was a good coach.
He went to a granny.
He got a little bit sour towards the end, but for that period, he was actually a very good coach.
He did have a very good team.
Yeah, he did a very good job.
Of course. But I think Kingsley coming in and the stark change in the way they've played consistently.
The tsunami
was back 2.0. They won in 9 different venues last year. 9. That's a record. Never done before.
Unreal.
So we like the Giants a lot.
Yep.
So we're both on the Hawks.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Where'd
you put us? 6th?
That's, I think, just because I forgot about it.
No, that's all right.
I don't remember. Was it 6th? Yeah, probably. I think it was.
Yeah. I think you had Geelong and Carlton lower.
Yeah. But Hawthorn is playing one of the best styles of football to watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very fascinating to watch. What I found very fascinating as well with our lists is, because we all support Victorian clubs, our top 4 mainly listed of interstate sides because there would be less noise if a side won a flag because our team didn't win it.
Yep.
No, it's not even
Which is ideal. It's ideal though.
Although around here, there is still a lot of South Melbourne supporters.
I don't mind South Melbourne supporters.
So you still hear a lot.
And you'd hear a lot of Fitzroy supporters.
We don't live anywhere near Geelong, so I don't bump past with many Geelong supporters.
Yep.
My boss is a Carlton supporter. Stuff you, Carlton. Here. You know what I mean? Doggies, not a big club, so they're not too many of them out and about.
Where would they party if they won the flag? I forgot where they did it in 16. Because everyone has every club, especially like for me, especially being in Victoria, there's always a street. There's always a street for every club where they celebrate. Collingwood, it might be Smith Street, I think. I think everyone celebrates it on Swan Street, but that's so boring. I think Hawthorn is Glenferrie Road. Essendon, is there a specific street
we haven't celebrated in a long time, so I don't know.
Take over the airport.
But when you look back, at previous celebrations, was there a street in Essendon where everyone congregated to? No?
I can't tell you. I'm sorry, Essendon. I'm ashamed, but I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any celebrations, mate.
Well, I don't even know if roads existed last time we won.
The roads? It's the road names?
Yeah, no, they did. No, but we'd tear up Ackland Street for sure.
Lygon Street?
No, Ackland Street if the Saints won.
Yeah.
I don't know much about Essendon. I live out southeastern suburbs, mate. I've got no reason. I don't know any of the street names at Essendon. But what I do know is that we had a great time recording this potty. We can't have it going for forever. We can sit here and talk forever, as you guys can tell, but we have to see on the flip side for the tips video. So make sure you follow us over there. Thanks so much for coming on, mate. Damo's been very good to see you.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
Did I say Damo?
I think so.
Yeah.
I've had too much. I said Dean first.
Yeah, you did. And then you said Damo.
What did I say Damo for?
Thanks for coming on, Dean.
No worries. Thanks for having me.
What did I say? Is Damo your last name?
Nope.
No,
Is it middle
I
name?
gave him the proper thank you. Don't worry, mate.
I said Dean.
No, you didn't.
But then I said Damo after that.
No, you said Damo
rewind the
first. We want the tape, Dave. We want the tape.
There ain't so much of what coming on, mate.
There ain't so much of what coming on, mate. There ain't so much of what coming on, mate.
I
Right.
said Dean first, and
No,
then
you
I said
didn't.
Damo
Yeah,
after
No,
that.
you didn't.
Did I read Damo's sliding doors or something? Is that what came out just before?
mate.
There it is, Barrett, Damo Barrett.
This is
1
the
hour
longest
ago.
wind down ever.
Longest wind down ever. Steve, just please take us away. But yeah, good to see you, mate.
Thank you, everyone, for listening to the FanCast podcast, where we have a proper footy chat on the bench. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Joe,
Thank
for jumping onto the bench here as we talk all things footy heading into the first week of finals. How good. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time.
Like, subscribe, notification bell, all that jazz.
I forgot that part.
Go Saints.
Are you rolling?
It's all right. We support each other. We support each other as best we can.